Just a few months ago, the Dallas Mavericks made a historic run to the NBA Finals. We made some big changes over the trade deadline in February. We were the 5th seed, making it all the way to the NBA Finals with injuries from Luka Doncic, Maxi Kleber, and even Derrick Lively. And with everything stacked up against us, we were still able to make it to the Finals, where unfortunately we did lose to the Boston Celtics in 5 games. And there were a few issues with the Dallas Mavericks in the finals that definitely needed to be addressed and did get addressed over the offseason. Our lack of three-point shooting. Our offense was just horrible in the finals, and we did fix that by getting Klay Thompson, Najee Marshall, and a few other guys. But I think there's another issue that we had for the entirety of the playoffs that definitely got addressed just a few weeks ago, and that was having a reliable third ball handler, which we did fix by getting Spencer Dinwiddie. So in this video, we're going to talk about why Spencer Dinwiddie fits this team so well, what he could have done for us in this past playoff run, and what he used to do for us just a few years ago. But how's it going, everybody? My name is Marcel Martin. This is Mavs Digest, bringing the latest news on everything Mavericks related. And before we get started with today's video, I just want to thank NordVPN for being the sponsor of today's video. How's it going, everybody? Marcel Martin, Mavericks Digest. Are you tired of not being able to watch your favorite sports team, or maybe your favorite movie or show based on where you live and your internet restrictions? Well, sounds like you could use a VPN. Unlock the internet today with NordVPN, your ultimate digital shield. With over 5,000 servers in 60 countries, you can access any content from anywhere in the world. NordVPN encrypts your internet traffic, ensuring your data remains private and secure. Whether you're streaming, browsing, or shopping online, NordVPN provides a fast, reliable, and safe connection. Don't let borders limit your internet experience. Take control with NordVPN. Sign up today and enjoy the freedom of the web with a 30-day money-back guarantee. And if you use the special code of NordVPN/Mavericks, you can get 4 months free. Throw the code up on the screen for you guys. NordVPN.com/Mavericks. Get 4 extra months free. Don't limit yourself to not being able to see everything that you want to see, everything that you want to do. Get a VPN, access all the content that you deserve, and you'll thank me later. Thank you, NordVPN, for sponsoring this video. But like I said in the intro, the Dallas Mavericks, we did make an amazing run to the NBA Finals just a few short months ago, but there were glaring issues that needed to be addressed in the offseason, which I think Nico Harrison, as well as the Dallas Mavericks organization as a whole, definitely addressed. We were able to keep our main core, our main top 6-7 guys are still with the team, but without moving any first-round picks, and while also getting rid of some players who might have been dead weight, we were able to get Klay Thompson, Najee Marshall, Quentin Grimes. We signed a few young guys to 2-way contracts. We also got a few guys coming in for a training camp invite, but one player who did get a roster spot who I think will actually unlock the Dallas Mavericks, who will actually be able to help the Dallas Mavericks not just in the regular season, but even deep in the playoffs, and that is Spencer Dinwiddie, who is and has been an amazing third ball handler for us, who played behind Luka Doncic and Jalen Brunson just 3 short years ago. And I think in this upcoming season, with the way the roster is constructed, Spencer Dinwiddie may not be the same guy that we saw about 2 seasons ago, but I still think has a tremendous value, who can definitely help us in those deep playoff situations when it's a Game 6, Game 7, we're in the second round, we're struggling. Spencer Dinwiddie can definitely be a plus. I know a lot of us saw in the playoffs too many times, especially in the 3rd round against the Timberwolves, and especially in the finals against the Celtics. If Luka Doncic or Kyrie Irving aren't bringing the ball down, it was almost always a turnover, or it was very close to a turnover. And the 2 culprits who were usually doing that was Derrick Jones Jr., who isn't here anymore, and I do believe that Najee Marshall is a much better ball handler, but also PJ Washington, who is working on his ball handling skills. But if we don't have to rely on PJ or any other non-guard to bring the ball down, that's phenomenal. And unfortunately, over the playoffs, the entirety of the playoffs, our third ball handler was nowhere to be found. Dante Exum, who was being relegated to the end of the bench, only averaging 2 to 3 minutes a game in the first 2 rounds, was just non-existent. It wasn't like he was a negative, but he definitely wasn't a plus for us. When throughout the entirety of the season, Dante Exum was an amazing third ball handler for the Dallas Mavericks. He was able to go out and help win us a few games late in the season. Those clutch moments, he was there for us. And he's played overseas, where their crowds are arguably a lot louder than ours here in the NBA. But again, he just was non-existent, and either we go into this next season depending on Dante to continue to be our third ball handler, or we could go to Jaden Hardy, who did look very well in the playoffs in the limited minutes that he did get, or we can get someone who's already been a third ball handler for this team. And it was reported that the Dallas Mavericks have officially signed Spencer Dinwiddie, and Dinwiddie will wear the number 26. And Spencer Dinwiddie, obviously, and we're not going to harp too much on this, last season, around the trade deadline, we tried to get Spencer Dinwiddie to come back. Unfortunately, he did choose the Los Angeles Lakers, and I truly believe it was a money move. He made that comment about, the Dallas Mavericks are your mom, and Lakers are your dad. Well, come back home to mama. We're trying to win a championship, and I know fans may not like that he's here. It may take fans a while to get over it. I'm kind of over it because I'm only focused on winning a championship. But if we take a look at Spencer Dinwiddie's stats from last season, nothing really jumps out at you, really. Because coming off the bench, and even for a few games starting, he only averaged 10.5 points, 2.7 rebounds, 4.7 assists, 0.3 blocks, 0.7 steals, 1.2 turnovers, and 1.8 fouls per game, while shooting 39% from the floor and 33% from three. He shoots 51% on corner threes, 78% of his threes are assisted, and 57% of all shots are threes. And yes, this does not look like the Spencer Dinwiddie that we had just a few seasons ago. This definitely looks like a over-the-hill, ready-to-retire, super veteran Spencer Dinwiddie, who maybe doesn't have a lot of gas left in the tank, but I'd argue that Spencer Dinwiddie can still provide a lot for the Dallas Mavericks. And I know it was a few seasons ago, but if we take a look at his stats overall, and at the bottom I got it highlighted for his 2 seasons with the Dallas Mavericks, he did average the most points out of any team that he played for with the Dallas Mavericks. He was averaging 17 points per game, averaging 4.9 assists and 3.1 rebounds per game. Very well for your third ball handler, and he only missed, 16 games? I'm totally fine with that. Over 2 seasons, you miss 16 games. That's about 8 games a season. So you can rely on Spencer Dinwiddie. He also shot 40% from 3 on about 6 attempts a game. Again, I understand that this isn't the same Spencer Dinwiddie. He went back to Brooklyn. He was in LA. And now he's back here. So yes, he's only about 2 years older. When we had him, he was about 28, 29 years old. So is he that much older? No, not really. Is he ready to just call it quits and retire? Is he washed? No. I'd argue that Spencer Dinwiddie in a much smaller role will still produce for the Dallas Mavericks. It may not be to the extent that we saw when we had Jalen Brunson on the team, but I think playing behind Kyrie Irving, who he did play with for a limited amount of games when they were both in Brooklyn, is a good thing for Spencer Dinwiddie. He has a lot of familiarity with both Kyrie and Luka. He's familiar with their coach, Jason Kidd. And I think that even though he was the end of the bench guy, well, not end of the bench guy, but we did use our last roster spot on Spencer. We got him on a 1-year minimum deal. I don't think that small contract is indicative of to what Spencer Dinwiddie will do for this team. I truly think the key to success is to play Spencer Dinwiddie as your 6th man. I truly believe that Spencer Dinwiddie needs to come off the bench. Maybe not your 6th man, but definitely be that reliable third ball handler. Either you're the 7th or 8th man off the bench. One of the first people to come off the bench needs to be Spencer Dinwiddie. We saw in the playoffs last year. I said it before. When Kyrie Irving or Luka Doncic are bringing the ball down, it's a turnover. We had Dante Exum. We had Jaden Hardy. And Jaden Hardy did look good, but he was given limited minutes, and I hope Jason Kidd gives him more of a chance this upcoming season to show what he's got. But Dante Exum was just unplayable for the majority of the playoffs. He only really showed up in the finals. But if we take a look at Dante Exum's just playoff stats from last season, or I'm sorry, this most recent season, in the first round, he averaged about 8 minutes a game, 1.5 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. In the second round, he averaged 5.3 minutes a game, 2 points, 0.6 rebounds, and 0.4 assists. In the third round, he averaged 4.7 minutes a game, 1 point per game, 0.6 rebounds, 0.4 assists. And in the finals against Boston, he averaged 8.2 minutes a game, 3.8 points, 1 rebound, and 0.4 assists. And if you're trying to win a championship, and you have someone who is supposed to be your reliable third ball handler, these are not the stats that they need to be putting up. And I understand limited minutes. He only averaged 8, 5, 4, and 8 minutes, but there's a reason why he wasn't playing that many minutes in the playoffs. He just wasn't reliable. He was missing a lot of shots. There were turnovers. It was boneheaded plays. He didn't look like the Dante that we saw hit a mean buzzer beater to send it to overtime against Houston. He wasn't that same guy. But one player who did look fairly well was Jaden Hardy. If we take a look at Jaden Hardy stats in his very first playoff run of his career, he looked pretty good. And in the first round, he didn't get any run. I mean, 2.6 minutes. He averaged 3 points and 0.4 assists. That's obviously garbage time. In the second round against the Thunder, he averaged 7.7 minutes, but only 1.8 points, 1 rebound, 1.3 assists. Obviously garbage time. But in the third round, we all saw where against the Minnesota Timberwolves, Jaden Hardy actually played significant minutes. About 10.4 minutes per game, putting up 7.4 points, 1 rebound, and 1 assist per game. In the finals, things kind of dropped off, only 6.5 minutes per game, 4.2 points, 1.2 rebounds, and 1 assist per game. So I think it could be time to move on from Dante Exum. If you're not able to perform, not even in a starter type role, if you're not able to perform as just that third ball handler, you are the third point guard. You're coming off the bench. Can you produce so Luka and or Kyrie can get some rest? And you're only 28 years old. If you can't do that right now, we need someone who can. And Jaden Hardy looked like he was ready to take that role. He was ready to just ascend in his own right to be like, hey, I can be your third ball handler. And I think Jaden Hardy can still be that third ball handler that we can trust. It just may take some time. I think Spencer Dinwiddie will be much better right now. But how much better will Spencer Dinwiddie be? Well, there were a few clips going around of Spencer Dinwiddie in open gym, and I got to show you because he looked pretty good. And so if we just take a look right here, let me get it out the way. Let's throw it up. Spencer Dinwiddie, first of all, the man is in shape. Look at that. Attack, spin, dribble, fadeaway, cash. All right, what else you got? Ooh, dime, easy money. Pull up, cash. Spencer Dinwiddie, how old are you? Are you 30 or are you 23? I can't tell. Attacking the basket, backing him down. Look at that. Turn. Right hand floater. Easy. Back him down. Turn around. Fade away. It's good. Spencer Dinwiddie. This is your third ball handler, ladies and gentlemen of the Dallas Mavericks. This is the guy that we're getting. They brought this demon home. He's ready to play for the Dallas Mavericks. He's ready to make it to the NBA Finals with the team, with the squad, trying to bring home a championship. But it's going to take some time because the roster has changed up a lot. There's other guys on the bench that are also going to get minutes, but I still think that Spencer Dinwiddie needs to play a significant role if we're going to have some success in the offseason, but in the postseason. We need to play Spencer Dinwiddie. But let me know what you guys think down below. Do you think Spencer Dinwiddie deserves to be the sixth man off the bench? Do you think he deserves a bigger role as a third ball handler? Or are you still trusting Jaden Hardy or Dante Exum? Let me know in the comment section down below. We can have a conversation about it. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for making this far to the video. Make sure to check out our Twitter and Discord. Links in the description below. Consider becoming a channel member. We are doing a giveaway. The winner will be announced next month. If you want to be a part of our NBA Fantasy League, you have to be part of the second tier or higher. More information on that will come out in the upcoming weeks. But until next time, y'all take care. Drink water. Peace.